Horror stories. Hangul. RR. Museoun Iyagi is a 2012 horror omnibus film made up of 4 short films by 5 South Korean directors. A high school student is kidnapped by a killer and has her life on the line. To survive, she tells him the scariest stories she knows, starting with Don't Answer to the Door, a story of eerie things happening in a house with a brother and sister who are waiting for their mother. Endless Flight, in which a flight attendant and a serial killer is left alone in an airplane up in the air. Secret Recipe, a cruel 2012 version of a folktale in which 2 stepsisters fight to marry a wealthy cannibalistic man. And Ambulance on the Death Zone, in which the survivors in a city filled with a deadly zombie virus suspect each other of being infected while riding together in an ambulance. Horror Stories was the opening film of the 2012 Puchon International Fantastic Film Festival. Stories. Beginning. Plot. A high school student named Ji-won is kidnapped by a serial killer with a speech impediment. The killer can only go to sleep when he listens to scary stories. Hoping to escape, Ji-won Scheherazade-like begins telling him the 4 scariest stories she knows. Directed by Min Kyu-dong. Kim Ji-won, Ji-won. Yoo-yeon Seok, Man. Don't Answer to the Door. Plot. Based on the Korean folktale The Sun and the Moon about a tiger who gobbles up and impersonates the mother of a young boy and his sister. A sister and brother are waiting for their mom to get home. However, their mother is late and the girl begins to get caught up in her own imagination. A suspicious delivery man knocks on the door, and the siblings try not to open it. Hangul. Lit. The Sun and the Moon. Directed by Young Bum-sik, Kim Hyun-soo, No Kang-min, Rami Ran, Mother. Lee Dong-kyu, Fired Employee. No Ian-hee, English Teacher. Kim Tae-woo, Kim Bo-kyung, Seon-yee's Mother. Voice. Endless Flight. Plot. A flight attendant faces a serial killer alone, while the airplane is flying at an altitude of 30,000 feet. Hangul. Lit. The Terror Plane. Directed by Im Dae-woong. Choi Yoon-young, Flight Attendant So-young. Jin Tae-hyun, Serial Killer Do-ho. Woo Ian, Captain. Secret Recipe. Plot. Based on the well-known Korean folktale Gongji and Pajwi, another variant of Cinderella. Gongji is getting married soon to Min, a rich and handsome bachelor. But she feels anxious due to her stepsister Bakjae's severe jealousy. Wanting Min for herself, Bakji undergoes plastic surgery to look like Gongji. What they don't know is Min's secret to maintain his young face. Meanwhile, Min watches all of this, amused. Hangul. Lit. Gongji and Pajwi. Directed by Hong Ji-young. Nambo Ra, Bakji. Jung Yoon-chae, Gongji. Bae Soo-bin, Min. Na Young-hee, Bakjae's Mother. Im Seong-min, Housemaid. Ambulance on the Death Zone. Plot. Among the 5 survivors inside an ambulance escaping at full speed from a horde of berserker zombies are a doctor, a nurse, an unconscious child and her mother. The young girl is found to have an unknown scar on her wrist, and the military doctor believes that she was infected by a zombie epidemic. The tension and anxiety level begins to climb as the nurse must make a choice between following his orders and helping the child's distraught mother. Hangul. Lit. The Ambulance. Directed by Kim Gok and Kim Sun. Kim Ji-young, Hyun So's mother. Kim Yi-won, nurse. Jo Han Cheol, army doctor. Park Jae-woong, ambulance driver. Sequel. A sequel. Horror Stories 2. Using the same omnibus format but with a completely different cast. Was released in 2013. Official website. Korean. Horror Stories at the Korean Movie Database. Horror Stories at the Internet Movie Database. Horror Stories at Han Cinema.